That is the first goal of our season and what could pick us up our first 3 points.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge, and welcome back to Tromso, where in today's episode we are going to be starting a new season here, the 2027 season for us. Our fourth season of managing, I don't even know, because when they crossed over from Santa Clara into this calendar format, you can't even keep up with what season. I think it's the fourth season for us, and we are going to get straight into that in this episode. So we've got the transfers obviously that have been made. We've got the schedule to look at and all the games we've got coming up. But the one thing that's not been confirmed just yet is what games we will be playing in the Conference League qualifiers, which should come around. I mean, if we go and take a look at the when they usually happen, I'm sure it's around June time or somewhere around that. But as it stands, that is quite a long way from now. I mean, it's still in the quarterfinals of the current season one, so the 26-27 Conference League. Then them quarterfinals are still going on. Real Sociedad are in there, which is nice to see. Sporting, the previous winners, former team from Portugal where we were before. If we go and take a look at the league path, so we would go in at the second round of qualifying. We'll just take this game for example here for this team. They played Bodo Glimt, apparently that was for Europa League, so Conference League happens around late July. And if we go and take a look at our schedule, that is quite a few games away. That's around, how many games is that? 17 games away. So it's not going to be 2 episodes. It's going to be around 3 episodes time until we play our first qualifier. But it'll be good to build up, get and see if we can do well in the league before we go into those games and get a good bit of momentum. There's lots of teams here I'm seeing who I definitely think we can get results against before that, so hopefully we can go on and do that before we go and play those Conference League all important qualifiers, whoever we draw against. I mean, we really should hopefully go on and beat whoever does come up, but we'll just have to see who it is that does come up. If we go and take a look at the teams who were in there the second round of qualifying, you've got the likes of Odd, who are literally in our league. Notable teams, Aberdeen, you can see there. You've got, let's see here, there's lots of small teams from different leagues. That's probably why we go into the second round. You've got Anderlecht in there; they get in there somehow. Yeah, there's just teams who you may not know about entirely, but they just get into this qualifying round because that's kind of what that's the position that is best for them to come in. And then here it's just the same teams that go through. Like Malmo are in there, CSKA Sofia from Bulgaria, my own country. You've got the likes of Anderlecht down there, Trabzonspor, who we actually got a job interview from, which was very interesting. We did reject it, but those were one of the clubs we were going to go to, but now is not the time to go and move on. So that's what it's looking like at the moment with the schedule. Obviously it has been summer. We've not spent loads of the money once again. I don't think I'm very good at spending money. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it at all, especially with little amounts of money. Maybe with bigger amounts of money, but the small amounts are just not for me at all. 4 transfers we have made in this window. The first player we have brought in on a free transfer, we've brought in De Laveris here. As you can see, Philip Malay De Laveris. He is Norwegian international. He's played for Bodo Glimt before, was in Australia. He's played also for Brann in the Norwegian division, so he is very used to being here. He's a good option for us. He's probably going to get a few games on this right side, at least in the first part of this season, and I'll show you why in a second. He is the first player to come in on a free transfer. Next player we brought in, Eirik Hestad. He's looking like a real good option in the midfield. 31 years of age, so a little bit more on the experience side, but he has played for Molde for a number of years before moving to Viking and then now to Tromso on loan, but he can play in many different areas of the pitch. Probably going to get time on this right hand side as well, alongside our new signing as well on that right side. Next player, we brought in Bogdan Melnik. He's a bit more of a squad player, rotation player. He can play in various positions in and around the pitch, so he does provide us that extra option when we need him to. And finally, the last player we brought in, a big fee we spent on him in from Sarpsborg, and there's him. He is the left back replacement for Kornic. He's a bit more nailed on for us. Really good, still quite young, got lots of potential to continue to improve. He's been at Sarpsborg for a few years now, had a good last season. Now he has come over to play for Tromso. 600,000. We needed to spend the money, so we might as well go and spend it on players like him. So the players who have gone and left the club, some notable ones. We had Vic leave the club on a free transfer to Molde, which is a bit disappointing. Really, we should have kept him, but we do have a good replacement. We've got a few loan players coming back. That's why we're able to regenerate that money to save and kind of just save it and don't have to buy a new centre back. As you can see here, 10 million we've raised in the transfer sales. We didn't get much of that in the transfer budget. If we had that much, maybe I would have spent it, to be honest. More players to have left. Lawal's gone on a transfer for around 150,000. Axel Bamba 50,000, and Vadibu as well for up to 200,000 should those installments come through. So it's been a bit of a quiet transfer window. We don't have loads of depth, to be honest. We've got young players coming in who've got potential to develop, but apart from that, we don't have loads of amazing depth, which hopefully is not too much of an issue for us. I hope it isn't. But I think we do have a good starting squad at least, which is exactly what we want from our team. The final player I've got to show you is well, he's not the final player actually, second to final player, Tobias Norby here. As you can see here, he has been out on loan. He went to Turkey. Oh no, he went to Norway. I thought he'd gone to Turkey. It must have been another player. He was in Norway in the he was in our division as well, so he was playing with us. Has he been promoted? I don't think I'm too familiar with. Oh no, they were actually with us. I can't remember playing them. In fact, but yeah, he was with this team. I've got it all wrong in describing him, but yeah, Tobias Norby here. He had loads of potential and he's gone and fulfilled it a bit more, and he is going to play for us in replacement of Vic. Hopefully, he can be really good option for us there. And finally, the final player who we have got to bring in. I'm gonna have to show you through this. The final player we have got arranged to come in, Mauro Couto. He is coming on a permanent deal. He is coming in a couple months, so around June time, so we will be playing a few games without him. But then after that, he will be joining on a permanent deal after his amazing season last year out. He got 12 goals and assists in the league, but in total 16 goals and assists in 31 appearances. He was very impressive, and now we will get him on that permanent deal. So that will be the third season we are with him, and hopefully he can go on and have another good season with us here in Tromso. It looks like Santa Clara have our manager list at the moment, 17th in the Portuguese Premier League. They've had a good few seasons actually, I have noticed, but it looks like this season they've not had the most fun time. Looks like they could go not straight back down, but they could go down if they don't find a manager replacement to go and save them in this season. But that's what everything's looking like at the moment. Very exciting times ahead here in Tromso, and hopefully we made small signs. I don't know how to make signs, to be honest, but hopefully they can pay off, and it looks like we have a good starting squad here, if that's anything we can take away from this transfer window. So we've got one game coming up today. We're going to be playing against Stabaek, as you can see here, at home at the Tromso Arena, -4 degrees. Simple as that, really. Let's get straight into our first game of the season. So the team for this game against Stabaek, we've kept a lot of our real good players, to be fair, players who were pretty much going to leave, but we have managed to keep them, so they will be in this team today. It's mainly the back line, which has had a few changes. The team starts with Hårgaard in goal. We've got a back line of him, Hansen, Norbein, Sjogvist, Dahl, Enerson, Norheim in the midfield. We've got Erline on the left, Hestad on the right, and a rear guarder up top. Kick off here in this game against Stabaek is very important to start off well in this season. You know, we want to get a few goals and just win the game at home. You know, against the team we should be winning. I'll go and bring the speed down. That's because that was for pre-season. That ball into the middle, it's already looking threatening. We are able to get it clear in the end. Just hope that we've not made many signings and a lot of players have left the club. We still obviously have a lot of money to go and spend in the middle of the season, and I just hope that because we haven't bought players, it's fine. It's going to be fine for us. But honestly, if you've seen at Leicester and all these other clubs, I can go with one player on the bench and I still manage to pull off miracles. I think I must have gone into the Champions League, the not all them knockout games in our final season with like 3 players on the bench. It was only probably the Champions League final where I had a full strength bench. It's really not something that affects me. It probably should, but I don't know why. I'm just made for having no players. If the players can stay on, they can stay on. They're getting paid to play football. It's not exactly the worst thing, is it? As a rearguarder is through on goal here. Can he get our opening goal of the season? He's forced to save from the Stabaek goalkeeper there. Nothing coming just yet for us here. Rearguarder is going to have a bit more main role in this team unless we can find a more elite striker. He is looking like a good option for us, but if he's not going to turn up early on in this season, obviously we're giving him a lot of trust in him, starting him, stuff like that. That's what he wants. So if he could pay us back, that would be nice. And I think we create a lot of chances in this system, so it should benefit him. And hopefully it can now that he has that starting role in place of the Nordas who went and left us. Hestad with that shot there. He's cut in. I think he's a right footer or a left. I'm not even sure. He might be a left footer. He's supposed to be inverted, so hopefully he is a left footer. But if he has a right footer and he's pulling them off, that's a very, very nice shot to release from his boot. We need to find a goal here in this game to make it 1-0. Just settle ourselves down. It looks like we have been the ones in the game the most, but ultimately we do not have the goal in these early stages to find to get the result I want. We've brought in another player here, Johan back here. I'm not sure why he's not been on the transfers, but yeah, we have brought him in. He's a player with a bit more potential, bit of a squad player for us at the moment. But we've brought him in from Molde for a very cheap fee, so we thought we'd just bring him in. Gives us that squad option. We did need players for the bench. I was just thinking, bring some players in wherever we can. It's tough to find high potential, high ability players here, especially with the scouting range we have. So that's why we can't sign as many players as we want. And when you have minimal money, for me especially, it is quite tough. I can spend when we've got a lot of money, but when we've got the kind of small amounts, it might not be a small amount for a team like Tromso or in this division, but it can be quite tough to find players who are going to come for that little amount. And also you got to think of budgets and stuff like that. It's all something you have to consider. There's players from like the Spanish division and stuff like that we could have brought in, but their wage demands just extremely high, in the up to nearly £10,000 per week that some of them were wanting, which is it's just not possible, I don't think. So we had to leave it out. It's unfortunate we couldn't sign them. It's an own goal here, and that is the first goal of our season and what could pick us up our first 3 points. An own goal there in the middle. It was a ball in from Stogvist, I believe it might have been, or it would have been Hested. Yeah, Hested. But no, it went back to Stogvist actually. He's played that ball in. It was intended for Norheim in the middle, but instead they goes off the Stabaek defender there to make it 1-0 in this game. It's a scrappy goal, but it's what we need in this game just to calm ourselves down. We haven't been able to find that goal that we need throughout this game. So to find it, then we'll take that. Norheim, can he get another goal in this game for us? Create a chance for us into the middle. Ennison is there. It's off a defender. Doesn't manage to make it 2-0, but back here keeps it still alive into Stogvist. Nothing comes of it here. We'll make a few changes. We might have left it a little late. I know it is the first game of the season and you tend to forget because everyone's already rested, but we will go and make a few changes now. All these bench options are completely different. We have to remember who to bring on and who we can bring on. We'll bring on Normark in the middle there, and also we'll give Delaveris his debut in this game here. But overall, I think we have created chances. We've been playing well, but we just need to be a little bit more convincing. These bench options as well haven't really settled in, but I don't know. We really just have to see if they'll pay off. And also when we play into those conference qualifiers, we can get them players that we need to improve the squad for those games. As Stabaek here get a late goal to make it 1-1. Can that be a late equaliser in this game and deny us of some opening points in this first game of the season? Hopefully not. We need to we need to go and find the goal to go and win the game. Hopefully, we have been creating the chances, we've had the momentum, we've had the shots, but ultimately, if we don't find a goal in this game, it doesn't look like we're going to come away with the 3 points here. We need to win this ball back late on in this game. 86th minute, can we find that winner? They're going to knock it around a little bit here. We just need to go and win it back, cut out these passing lanes and win it back. Enerson has done that, but it goes only as far as a Stabaek player here down this left side. They're attacking, they're really breaking our lines here. It's Normark who's come across there, and again it's into the far side, and that is a late goal for the opposition. So disappointing. What is going on, seriously? The only games we lose on camera, opening game of the season, and we have gone and lost it just like that. They've turned around in two minutes, and if we lose this game, extremely disappointing. Is there going to be time for a late goal in this game? Doesn't look like it's going to come. We lose our opening game of the season at home, and what a disappointing start that is, really. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.